teaching from WordPress Technology. Alright, so I hope we all enjoyed last video and we actually followed. I would like you to always drop your questions in the comments. If you have any questions, please drop into the comments and we'll respond as fast as possible. Alright, so in this tutorial we're going to be adding a database to our application, right? So we're going to be creating a database and adding it to our application so we can connect to the database and save our data whenever we want to do that. Okay, so quickly let's move on to our browser. So I believe we did the exercise. You added these links on different web page, right? Is something really amazing to do. All we just did here was, take off the header, everything in the header, and then include our header.php file which we had last time, and we did the same thing to the footer, right? Okay, so I did that in all pages as well, so I did the exercise as well. Alright, so if you have any issues, please let me know in the comment below regarding to this exercise, and I'm going to help you out in doing that. Alright, so quickly make sure your XAMPP is on. Make sure your XAMPP is on. So right here my XAMPP is running, my SQL database and the Apache are both running. So we can go to localhost /phpmyadmin. Alright, so this will open the phpmyadmin dashboard for us. Alright, so quickly I'm going to be showing you steps how you can create your database and add it to your application, right? So first thing we need to do is to click on the new button here. They will provide the name for the application, so we can still go for care now, right? Then we change this to collation, collation, then we create. Alright, nice. So here we have our database created, but there is no table found in the database. There's no table in the database here, so we're going to be creating 3 tables for now. We're going to be creating the admin table, we're going to be creating the doctors table, and we're going to be creating the appointment table, right, where we save all the appointments, and the doctors table where we save all the details about the doctor, and then the admin, the same thing about the managers of this application, right? So let's move on. The first one we're going to create is the admins. So notice I'm using a plural form here, admins. So within the table you're going to have different admins, right? So when you're creating your table, you make the name of the table plural, right? So it caters for different admins. I hope you get that. So I'm going to be creating 7 columns. So we'll go. Alright, so here we have an ID. Now this ID will be the primary key of our table, and it's going to be auto increment. So show by the left, we check this AI. So AI means auto increment, and by default it gave it primary, right? So the ID is going to be our primary key. So when we want to access a particular admin, we can get the details of the admin using the ID of that admin. So within this course, we're going to see how we can achieve that, and you see that it really makes sense and very simple to use. So I'm going to rush things up. So the type should be int, because we want it to be int. Integer means is a whole number, right? Like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and the rest. Alright, the next column will be full name. So within here is where the name of the admin is going to come in, and then we'll change this to varchar. Then the length can be 150. Can someone's name be longer than 150? I think 150 is okay, right? Then default, we just leave it to none and everything. Just leave it. And then we go for the email. Change this to varchar, so then email can make this 200. Next one is the username. So change this to varchar, and then go for 150 is okay. Then the next is the password, the user password, the admin password rather, varchar. Then the password will make this password 200. Why we're making it 200 is because we're going to be encrypting these passwords, right? So we're going to be encrypting in the sense that I'm just going to have an example here. And so if the person makes use of password as his password, right? So we're gonna have something like this. You know, just an encrypted in an encrypted format. So we're gonna be encrypting our password in a short while. So that's what we're gonna be doing, and that's why we make the length to be 200, right? Because when you make the length lower, let's say 50, and then we encrypt the password, so the length of the encrypted password is going to be greater than 50, right? So we'll just make it 200, so we'll be on the safer side. Then we're going to have updated that. Then this will be the to have the date time format and current timestamp. So this updated that means whenever the admin makes an update to his details, like maybe changes his first name from John to James, right? The updated that column is going to get modified. So it's he updated or she updated her details at so date and it's so time. That's why the value, the type here, we're making use of the time, and then the current time, it picks the current time automatically, right? It picks the time automatically, so the admin does not need to specify the date and the time he made that change, so it's going to pick it automatically for the person, right? So that makes sense. Then we'll have another column here created at the date time as well, current timestamp. So this created that is when the admin's details was created, when the admin profile was created, then the created that is going to get modified and say, all right, this guy came into this application at so time and this is so day. All right, so does it make sense? All right, so when we are done with that, we just click on save. All right, so now we have our kernel, and then we have one table. So within the table we have 7 columns: ID, full name, email, and the rest. So quickly we're going to create another table, and then I clicked on this new here, and then the table name should be doctors, right? Plural. And we're going to have the same column. So right here we have 1 2 3 4, all right, 5 6 7. So add 3 more at the top here, just add 3 more, and then we'll go the same way. ID, which should be our primary key for getting for getting a particular doctor. So we have name. Can we still go with full name, right? We can still go with full name. All right, let's go with full name. Then varchar 150. Specialty. Okay, specialty. What that is correct. All right, let's go varchar, and then this can be 50, right? Then email email voucher, our email will be 200. Phone number, can just say phone, and this will be voucher, and then let's just give this 15, right? Then our updated at, right, cool. Then date time and current timestamp, then created at, date time, and then current timestamp, right? So this is how it is, and just click on save. So we create another table. Remember, we're creating 3 tables, and this one is going to be appointments, right? Appointment. So whenever someone comes to this book appointment and it fills in all the old details, all right, doctor, I'm having some headache, I can explain it and all of that. So when he confirms and pay, we push those details to the appointments table. Does it make sense? Alright, so we're going to have 12 columns here. So we have 4 here already: 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Alright, add 8 more. Okay, so we'll start again with ID. Then we have this auto increment, which is the primary key. Then we go with the patient name, so we can have an underscore here, patient name, and then go with voucher, then 150. Oops, please, the maximum length is 255, so you can't put 700, right? So you can put 500, you can put 400, so the maximum is 255. Alright, so let's not make that mistake. Okay, so next is the patient email. Can we still continue with that conversion? Alright, so you can say patient email, and then we'll go with voucher 200, right? And the next is patient DOB, right? That is date of birth. Then we can go with text. So when you have text, you can choose not to specify the length and the value, right? It just that way. But let's make it voucher, and let's make it maximum length of 50, right? Makes sense. Alright, so we can get you patient phone, right? So you're wondering, where am I getting these columns? How am I getting these columns? How am I generating it, right? So if we look at the form here, so you generate your columns based on what you have on your form, right? So right here we have the patient name, and here we have the patient name, we have the email, here we have the email, we have date of birth, here we have the date of birth, here we have phone number, we have phone number as well, and then we still need to include the gender, the service, the date that the user wants to meet the doctor, and the doctor he or she would like to meet, and then some notes about what is wrong with her and why she wants to book this appointment, right? And then that is all. Does it make sense? So it depends on what you have in your form, right? So let's continue with that. So we have the patient phone, and we're gonna make this voucher. We can choose to make it 15. Then next is the gender. So patient gender. So this is gonna be voucher, and this is going to be 7, right? So either you're a female or you're a male. So we'll go with service, right? Voucher, and let's say this should be 15. Cool. And then date, we can say date to meet, right? Or how can we call this? Let's call this, yeah, book date. Then we can make this voucher, right? And then 15. Okay, then next is booked doctor. We can say book doc, we can say book doctor, and then we change this to voucher, Alright, so this is gonna be int. Alright, so why I'm making this to be int is whenever the person choose a particular doctor, what we actually want to save a here is the ID of the doctor, right? So if I open this up in a new tab, so remember here, so let me just change this to okay. So remember here we have the ID column here, right? So we are actually saving the ID of that particular doctor. Remember, with the primary key, with the ID, we can get the whole details of a particular doctor. So with the ID, we can get the full name of the doctor, we can get the specialty of the doctor, we can get the phone number of the doctor, and so on, right? So does it make sense? So I'm going to be saving the ID of the user, so leave it at 8. Next is the notes, patient notes, right? So make this text because it's gonna be a long note, so I might even write as big as so I'm gonna make it text. Text does not have a specified length, right? So next is updated at. Oh, this cannot be updated, right? Cannot be updated, so let's just go with created at, then date time, then current timestamp. Alright, so that is all. Then we save. So right now we have 3 tables. So we have, first of all, we have our database, which is here now. Then we have the admins table, nothing is inside for now. We have the appointments table, and then we have the doctors table. So this is how you can create your database in phpmyadmin. Alright, so in the next tutorial we're going to be adding this database to our application, right? Connecting the database to our application, and then make sure that it's connected, and then we can now communicate to the database, and the database can also send data to us. Alright, thank you for watching this video. See you in the next tutorial. Love you all.